Hi, welcome to the training of creating a website using HTML and CSS. So in this video we are going to work on the CSS properties. So in the previous video we created the form structure, which is something like this, and we completed the structure, and now we are going to give the CSS in such a way that we could able to create the final output form, which is something like this, right? So now let's get started. So here is the registration form which we have created before, and now we are going to create the CSS for this. And before that we have to give some classes, some name of the classes. So here is the form, and below this form we are going to give a division, and the name of the division we are going to give it the class name, which is registration form. So this would be closed where form ends, right? So here we have to write div, and another thing we have to do is we have titles class, and as you have seen that we have these two things, technologies platform web browser, and the others on the other side their values, right? So we have to separate both of them by giving a division. So here is the legend and here is the titles. So before that we have to give a division, div dot left. So this would be left side, and one more is div dot right. And this would be to the right side, right? One more class we have to give to select option element, which is class drop down, right? So now let's get started. So here firstly we have to give the margin for every element 0 pixel, and one more thing is padding is also 0 pixel. So now if you will see on the output screen, you will find out something like this. This is really closer to each other, right? So now here is form. So what we are going to do here is we have to give some background color. So background color I already choosed is DDFFDD, and width is 100%, right? And then after text, if you will right now see the output, this would be something like this, right? But we want this text in the center, so for that we have to write text align center. So now the text is in the center. Then after we have to work on the registration form. This is the class name. So we already chose dot registration form as a class name. So here we also have to give the background color. Actually this is the form, right? Overall there is the page, and inside of page we have the form, and we are going to give the color to the form. So background color is hash 004 D33. And now if you will see, this is something like that, right? Throughout the page the color is implemented, but we want to make the form smaller. So for that we have to decide some width. Width is approximately 450 pixel. And now if you will see output, this is something like that, right? But we want it center, so we will write here margin 0 auto. So now this is in the center, right? And we also have to give some padding to it because that is touched on the top. Yes, this is pretty cool. So now we should work on these things, legends and form field set and all. So now we have field set. So in the field set we have to give some padding. For example, 10 pixel top bottom and 32 pixel left right. So now if you will see on the screen, you will find something like this. This is clear now. Pretty sweet. Now we have to give some border. As you know that the border is not required, so we are going to give it 0 pixel. Why? Because we have needed the border only here rather than throughout the box, right? Throughout the division. So now if you will click here, the border is removed, but we have needed on the top, so we should mention here border top. So on the top of it we should give some border of 2 pixel, solid and white, right? So now this is looking good. Next is legend. So legend, in the legend we should give some padding to it, background. So what are the legends? As you know, this is the legend, right, which is representing the whole division. So padding should be I think 10 pixel and 25 pixel is enough. And now if you will see, this is something like this, right? This is great. And now we have to give some border to it. Sorry, not needed border. We have to give some background. Background is hash BDC FD0. So let's see. Yes, pretty sweet. So now next thing is border radius. As you know that this has some edges, corner, which are pretty sharp, so we want to make them rounded. So how that would be possible? When we will give the border radius, which is something around 10 pixel. So now this is good, right? Next is border shadow, box shadow. So box shadow is 0 pixel and 5 pixel, height 10 pixel and black, right? So now we would found that there is a shadow below this, right? Because we have not needed on the top bottom, we have needed on the bottom only, right? So that's why that is implemented on the bottom. So now we have to focus on the input fields. As you have seen, these are not good enough like this. So how that would be something like this. So now we have to work on the input boxes. So firstly we have to give some class name, class input field, right? And we shall copy this and paste to here as well and here as well, right? So now if you will give the CSS to input fields, input field, sorry, S, so we have to write here S. So now the CSS would be implemented. Yes, but why not in the others? Input fields, input fields. Yes, that is absolutely sweet. So now we have to give some padding, and then after everything would be cool. So now what we have to give it, we have to give some padding. We have given the width padding, and padding should be 7 pixel, and then after we have some border radius, and border radius should be around 4 pixel. So now if you will see on the output screen, this would be pretty cool. So now you can also give some border, but you know the border, if you will give it 0 pixel, then what would happen? Let's see. Yes, means the shadow that you was looking at, that has been removed now, right? And you can also give the border shadow, but for now you can leave it as it is. So I think that in this video should not be so long, so hope that till the time you got everything. And this is the code that I have written in this video, and this was the HTML in which I have added some classes. So you can copy this, that where I have added classes. So in the next video we would complete this specific form. Thank you so much for watching this video. All the links of my video courses are below in the description, which are absolutely free. So in the next video we would learn new and wonderful things. Please subscribe this channel firstly to get the information of updated videos. In the comment section you can write your feedback about the video, and also write your queries if you have any. Have a nice day ahead.